Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Knowledge and Education Hub. In this lecture module, we will cover the concept of the hydraulic head. Before starting this lecture video, if you are new on my YouTube channel, please like, share and subscribe. Okay, let's start. Starting with the general definition of the hydraulic head. This definition has taken from the Wikipedia. Hydraulic head or piezometric head is a specific measurement of liquid pressure above a vertical datum. It is usually measured as a liquid surface elevation expressed in units of the length at the entrance bottom of a piezometer. In an aquifer, it can be calculated for the depth to water in a piezometric well. That is a specialized type of water well which we have discussed in my video. You can check in playlist. And given information of a piezometer elevation and screen depth, hydraulic head can similarly be measured in a column of water using standpipe piezometer by measuring the height of the water surface in the vertical plane from the datum. The hydraulic head can be used to determine a hydraulic gradient between two or more points. This definition will be more clear from the general equation of the hydraulic head. In general, the hydraulic head or total head is a measure of the potential of fluids at the measurement point. It can be used to determine a hydraulic gradient between two or more points. The general equation of the hydraulic head is this, where P1 is the pressure head, half rho V1 square is the kinetic energy head, velocity head, and rho H1 is the elevation head. The terms head is come from which can understand from this. In a fluid dynamics, head is a concept that relates the energy in an incompressible fluid to the height of an equivalent static column of the fluid. The units for all the different form of energy in the Bernoulli equation form. This is the Bernoulli equation form, which is nothing but the type of the energy. And from this, there are four type of head evaluated. First is the pressure head, second is the velocity head, and third is the elevation head. And the fourth one is the combination of these three heads. Head is also defined for pumps. This head is usually referred to as the static head and represent the maximum height pressure it can be delivered. Therefore, the characteristic of all pumps can be usually read from its QH curve, that is the flow rate height curve, which will be more clear from this slide. Pump is a hardware which we can touch, which is a hard body which feeds energy of a fluid. In the case of petroleum, it may be oil to flow through channel. In any practical application, the pump needs to work with its best performance. It is also important to check that the flow rate, the head of the pump are within the required specification, which are normally presented as the pump characteristics curve. These plots play an important role in understanding the region in which the pump needs to be operated, thus ensuring the life of the pump. It's made that the QH curve defines the performance of the curve and what is the life of the curve. And this is the QH curve, which shows the performance of the pumping. And this curve consists of the three lines. First is the QH line, second is the NPSH line, and third is the efficiency line. The performance of any type of pump can be shown graphically, which is shown in here in this graph, which can be based on either the tests conducted by the manufacturers or the simulation done by the designer. These plots are presented as a pump characteristics curve. In this curve mainly consists of three types of the curve, that is QH curve, efficiency curve, and net positive suction head, that is the NPSH curve. First, starting with the QH curve. The QH curve gives the relation between the volume flow rate at the and the pressure head. That is, the lower the pump head, the higher the flow rate. QH curves are provided by manufacturers of the pump and can normally be considered a simple quadratic curve. Hence, the QH curve is nothing but represented by a quadratic equation. Second is the efficiency curve. This gives the relation between the pump efficiency against the volumetric flow rate. The efficiency of pumping directly associated with the running cost. Lower efficiency of a pump results in higher power consumption and in turn an increase in the operating cost to run it. And third is the net positive suction head curve, that is the NPSH. The net positive head NPSH curve provides information about the suction characteristic of the pump at different flows. At the suction side of the pump, negative pressure can occur due to drops in the absolute pressure of the liquid below vapor pressure, and this is the reason in NPSH curve the shape is the concave, because the pressure is negative, absolute pressure is negative. As we have discussed, the head is nothing but the energy, and the pressure potential is the pressure energy, which is called pressure head. The pressure head represents the flow energy of a column of a fluid whose weight is equivalent to the pressure of the fluid, and this is the equation of the pressure head or pressure potential, where rho is the density of water and P is the pressure, M is the mass, and B is the volume. Elevation head potential. Elevation head. The elevation head represents the potential energy of a fluid due to its elevation above a reference level, and this is the equation for the elevation potential or elevation head, where G is the gravity due to acceleration due to gravity, and that is the elevation. And third is the kinetic head. The kinetic head represents the kinetic energy of fluid. It is the height in the feet that the flowing fluid in a column in the form of energy were converted to the potential energy. And this is the equation for the kinetic potential, where A is the acceleration, M is the mass, and B is the velocity. In this potential energy, one thing is very important to know, that in the case of electricity flow from higher potential to lower potential. In the case of the temperature flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. Same in the case of the water flow from the higher pressure to lower pressure. And same concept is where the energy is high and where the energy is low, the movement direction of the water is from higher to lower. This will be more clear from this slide. Total potential energy is given here, P upon rho W. Rho W is a density of the water, Gz, which we have discussed, and V square by 2. This is the energy in the form of energy, and in the case of hydraulic head, when we divide it by the potential energy by the gravity, acceleration due to gravity, P by rho W upon G plus Z, V square upon 2. Here the unit is the meter square per second, which is the unit of the energy, and here the unit is the distance, and the hydraulic head is nothing but a type of the distance. The total head of the hydraulic head is equal to, here is the pressure head, this is the elevation head, and it is the kinetic term head. Hydraulic head H is defined as H is equal to HP plus Hz, where HP is a pressure head, Hz is the elevation head, and one thing is missing, that is the kinetic head, because the kinetic energy comes from the movement of the groundwater, and it is very negligible in the case of water, because in subsurface water is in the form of static, and when the water is move from one head to other, then some kinetic energy is added, but almost it is negligible. So it is not considered here, as we have discussed, and dimension is the L. Pressure head, the pressure head represent the energy due to pore fluid pressure, which we have discussed. Elevation head, the elevation head represent the gravitational potential energy arising from elevation. And kinetic energy head, the groundwater velocities are slow. Kinetic energy typically is very slow from high to low hydraulic head along a hydraulic gradient. And this is the instrument for to measure observe the data of groundwater level. It is measured from the ground to upper surface of the water table. Groundwater level measurement is often logged to survey and chart an aquifer. It is used to groundwater resource where it is how much volume it contains and what depth it is located. Separate aquifers may be located at different depths and thus require multiple sources for a complete groundwater level measurement. These groundwater level measurements may also be recorded to determine the effect of precipitations, seasonal changes of water extraction. And this instrument is a groundwater level measurement instrument mostly performed by the submersible pressure transmitters, and this instrument is nothing but a type of a transmitter which have a sensitive sensor here which detect the moisture inside the well. These hydrostatic level transmitters are small in diameter, and pointed here in the at the tip of this sensor, and directly suspended by their cable into the well, bore well, deep well, or monitoring well. One very important thing to understand about the hydraulic head. In situ measurement of hydraulic head, it is accomplished by the measuring the water level elevation in wells. First, the depth to groundwater is measured with the aid of the manual tape, electric sounding instrument like this instrument, transmitter, static transmitter, pressure transducer, or similar devices. Next, water level elevation are obtained by the separating the measured depth to water level from land surface elevation in region where the spatial hydraulic area differs from the typically in areas of the general topography. Water level measurements require accuracies of a millimeter. This will be more clear from this slide. Hydraulic, how to calculate the hydraulic head. It is calculated from the subtraction from mean sea level to data obtained from the ground surface to the upper surface of the water table, and this will be more clear from this picture. Here the datum plane, here this is the datum plane, and this is the altitude of the measurement point, and this is the groundwater level. At total altitude is the 100 meter from the mean sea level, that is the data from the datum plane. And this is the elevation head, which is distance from datum to the bottom of the well, and this is the pressure head inside the well where the water is filled, and here the depth to water, here depth to water distance, that is the 10 meter. And now we want to calculate the hydraulic head. Then what we will do, we will subtract from 100 minus 10, because this is the 10 meter is the that is observed by the instrument, and 100 is the distance from datum plane to the mean sea level where we have stand. Then the actual head is the subtraction of the altitude of measuring point from mean sea level minus depth to water table, and that is the total head. And this total head is a mechanical energy in the form of mechanical energy, which is called hydraulic head. And hydraulic head is here the three parts, which is the elevation head, pressure head, and kinetic energy head, where I have considered about this well, the water is the flow from higher head to the lower, and this is the kinetic terms which are present. Then we will consider in this, but the total head is this from calculated from this concept. I hope this concept you have well understood. Next, hydraulic head is I have told you the hydraulic head is the total mechanical energy per unit mechanical energy, and what in the case of the mechanical energy per unit weight. This is the equation for the hydraulic potential. When we divided, and this is P, and P is nothing but is a rho GH. When divided by the rho, this cut, and phi is equal to GH in the case of the per unit weight. I hope this phenomena, the concept of hydraulic head you have well understood and enjoy this video. If you really enjoy, please like, and my humble request to you, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.